Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Film FRAT Podcast. Today joined with
Curtis Catado.
And I am Alex Casada. Welcome back, guys. It's been a minute. Our last episode went crazy. A lot of cool feedback. A lot of people loved it. It was my favorite episode, not just because of the production, but also because of the color scheme. It looked nuts.
Pop, Cosmo and Wanda. I got a lot of comments saying Cosmo and Wanda.
Yeah, literally. It was pretty good. We were like messing with the colors at first, trying to see what complemented what, but I feel like it just naturally came about.
Me and Carl were kind of messing with them before you and Nate had showed up. We just like put together the old school deep ass color. So really, that was the inspiration in the head, but it kind of came together as Cosmo and Wanda a little bit. That's what a lot of people said that. So I thought that was pretty funny.
And it just looks so good. It looks sexy.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I loved how that last one came out. It really after 2 episodes of kind of having like just the startup equipment and then go into that, it felt cool.
It felt cool, yeah. And since then, we are now in a different setting, as you can see. Where are we?
We are at our house.
Yes, sir. Here, based in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
Here's our address to Social Security.
Please don't come for us.
Please, unless you do. Then I guess we'll have to deal with it. But aside from that, we're in a new location, a new setting. A lot of, I don't know, what what do you want to mention about it?
So we're moved in to try to make this thing like a consistent thing and get on the grind. And it's us two living together. Mackenzie over here.
Shout out Mackenzie.
Carter's with us today too.
Oh, shout out Carter, the boy Carter, man. He's always pulling up to the podcast and he's always helping, and he does a great job. So we appreciate his help. We'll link him down below. Let's get his clout up. Let's see how many followers.
Let's give a shout out to Jonah too, really quick. He's a part of this house too.
Where is he though?
He's out in Bullhead. He's working over there as a videographer for these two guys, Mike and Bo. And he's killing it over there, man. Like he's doing some cool stuff over there. So we're super happy for him. Shout out Jonah.
Shout out Jonah. He'll be here soon. We'll see him. He'll hop in, and he's part of the team.
He's made it in every podcast. He just hasn't been in every podcast.
Yeah, every time he's in the podcast, we've had to cut it for reasons. He gets too political. No, I'm just kidding. Going off the deep end. Nah, he's cool, man. We love Jonah. So eventually, once he pops in, we'll get to talk to him. He's got a lot to talk about. Super creative dude, awesome dude, fun to be around. So once he gets here, you will see him and we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited for him to be a consistent part of this. It will happen eventually, but we keep mentioning him. You haven't seen him yet, but you'll see him eventually for sure.
Eventually. So once the ball gets rolling, once we get to the things we got to do, for example, like something we just got done doing was attending this red carpet event hosted by Arizona Filmmakers. How was that?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Shout out Arizona Filmmakers, man. They came with the heat, bro.
That was crazy. That was a crazy event.
Such a good event, man. Like I was hyping it up in my head. I didn't really know what to expect.
I didn't either.
It's a networking event for creatives basically over here in Arizona. And it was at this mansion over in Chandler. And
was it the Chateau? Chateau?
Yeah, sounds right.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was an insane place. It was you, me, and Mackenzie went.
Yeah, Mackenzie went.
We were exploring this mansion, and we were there, 4.5 hours probably?
Yeah, it was from, 7 to 11:30.
Yeah, so...
But time went by insanely quick.
Oh, my gosh, it went by so fast. Like, it was just such a cool place, such a cool venue to explore.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of rooms, like, hidden behind bookshelves and, like... dungeons and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there was a dungeon. It was so crazy. It was pitch dark. We couldn't see anything. And dude, the mansion was so huge. We didn't explore all of it.
No,
we maybe touched. How much would you say percent-wise?
I don't even know because I don't know what we missed. Like there could have been more stairways up. Yeah, it could have been further down. Like I don't know. It was. It didn't even look that big from the outside. But when you got into it, it was just like...
That's true.
It was insane. It was.
I want to say we didn't even get halfway through. How about that? I'll say that. We didn't even get halfway through. And as he was mentioning, like, every single room was different. So you walk into a different place. And it got to the point where I was disoriented. Like, I didn't know where we came from to get back to the place that we came from originally that set us to the spot where we initially walked in.
Right.
It was just like...
It was so fun, man. But such a good time.
Yeah, it was a great time. We met a lot of cool people, got some interviews in, got some cool slow-mo shots. Shout out to Real Bros. They do their thing. They did their thing. They really set up some cool shots. All the people who showed up, man, it made us feel special. I was feeling myself.
I was feeling myself.
You were feeling yourself
we were all
too.
feeling ourselves. It was an awesome night. It just like felt so I don't know, just big. Like it felt big, and
it's because it was big.
Yeah, and it just like it's awesome to see that kind of stuff over here in Arizona. Yeah, and just super excited to see what Arizona Filmmakers does in the future, and like what they got coming and everything. Like I love those guys. They're dope.
No, I agree. Yeah, and I personally feel like the community here, like the environment here, is definitely going to turn into like an LA kind of Miami, New York vibe where everyone like gets along together. Hopefully, everyone gets along. Everyone collaborates with each other. Does their content, does their filming, etc. Stuff like that. That's what I personally want to see, and I feel like it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the interviews we had with David, one of the founders of Arizona Filmmakers.
Shout out David
and Stefan,
yeah. Oh yeah, shout out Stefan, bro. They're doing some crazy things.
They're killing it over there, man.
They're killing
it. One of the interviews we had with him, he was kind of describing just like how he would see, people bringing each other down in the community.
He called it the crab mentality.
Yeah, the crab mentality. Yeah. And I really liked what he was saying about it, because I could totally see that being the case, and like for him to go out of his way to kind of try and build something where we're all working together and trying to help each other grow and just like, all become successful and whatnot, like help each other become successful. It's really cool to see that stuff. Like it's inspiring for sure.
Hopefully it gets to the point where we're hanging out and be like, yo, I'm going to go make a short film with this person, so-and-so. Oh, that person, so I know that person too. I just shot with them, etc.
Exactly.
Just, kind of a tight-knit.
Everyone's just trying to make cool stuff together. Yeah. And when you're making it together too, it always comes out better than if you were making it by yourself.
So. 100%. Yeah, 100%.
It's awesome to collab with people like that. So awesome to see that stuff.
It was great. So yeah, shout out Arizona Filmmakers. Shout out everyone who attended. Everyone looked dope, bro. A lot of the costumes. Yeah. I thought I looked okay. I was matching with the red carpet. You liked your outfit?
I was sleek. I kept it sleek. All black. I like black for sure. That's kind
of you can't go wrong with that.
No.
But some people,
they were stunting.
Yeah, dude. Some people had some crazy outfits. There's a guy dressed like in a steampunk kind of vibe, like top hat, and I don't know if it was his wife or lady. Someone I was also matching. It looked just like super like what's that Will Smith movie that we were talking about that it reminded me of? Wild Wild West.
Oh,
is that what it's called?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know it actually. I don't know which one you're talking about.
You've never seen that movie?
I've never seen that.
There's a Will Smith movie where it's like kind of a Western steampunk type of vibe. You've never seen it?
No.
Well, you should watch it.
Okay.
Actually, let me look this up real quick because I can't believe you haven't seen that movie.
Is it based off of his song Wild Wild West?
I actually don't know. It's so long since I've seen it.
When I roll through the Wild Wild West, I bet it's got to be like a cult classic or something like that.
Western action Wild Wild West, yeah. The movie came out in 99.
Wow, that's a good year.
Yeah, so it's got Salma Hayek. Interesting. Oh my god, I gotta rewatch this. But yeah, anyways, going back to these people were dressed up super cool. There's a lot of cool people. Again, we met some really interesting characters.
Absolutely.
And we're just excited to see where we can.
We're excited to work with them, man.
Yeah. I don't want to mention anyone right now at the moment, but you'll see it when they get here because they will.
Yeah, you'll see them on the podcast, maybe. You'll see them in one of our short films, maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be super
like
dope.
That. They're definitely people we want to reach back out to for sure.
Yeah, hopefully we can make something crazy project, kind of like Nope. Speaking of. So we've been staying busy.
Yeah.
Watching
we've been keeping up
a couple
on
of things.
Yeah.
And the first one I wanted to touch up on is Nope.
Nope. Dude.
And so the first time watching it was his second time watching it. I went with Curtis and Mackenzie. They took me to watch it. And I like I said, it was my first time watching it, and I wanted to ask you what the difference was watching it a second time versus watching it the first time, because I remember you mentioned you felt some things differently the second time.
Definitely.
Anticipation was different because you knew something was going to happen, etc.
Sure.
So before we touch up on that, should spoilers or no spoilers, spoiler warnings, etc., should we spoil it first and then give a spoiler warning at the end?
I don't know, because it has been out a while, but I don't know. It wasn't one of those movies where like you went online and you saw a bunch of spoilers about it.
Yeah, really, I guess that's true.
That's hard to say. I think maybe we'll keep it spoiler free.
I'm down. Okay, yeah. Let's keep it spoiler free. Why not?
Okay. But so what I thought about the second time versus the first time.
So before you get into that, my experience, just so we can compare.
Yeah, let's see. What did you think of it the first time watching it?
I when I go into films or any kind of, film, short film, whatever, I try my hardest not to see anything in terms of trailers.
Which mad respect to you for that, because I can't.
That includes Marvel films, bro. Like I really try my hardest not to.
Yeah,
I try to stay away,
because that's usually a lot of times like trailers and stuff is what will kind of like get me like interested to see it at all.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I don't know. The idea of going into something blind is really sounds
and
really
the reason I want to is because I don't want to go in with an expectation, right? Like, so unfortunately, I did watch the trailer for this movie.
For Nope.
For Nope. Yeah. I watched the trailer for Nope, and I was just, I don't know. It seemed very interesting because the way the trailer portrayed it was, you know, you had the family, you had OJ and what's her name? OJ's sister. Keke Palmer's. What is it? Emerald. So Emerald and OJ, and they run like their Hollywood horse business where they use their horses as you know, the animals that they do and use in their films and whatnot
in the film industry.
And then it immediately cuts to UFO suspense, just crazy stuff, people getting sucked up in the air. I was like, okay, so that was a very drastic change.
For sure.
I was like, so I didn't know what to expect besides there's going to be UFO, there's going to be anticipation. And the way the trailer threw me off, the film also threw me off.
How so? What do you mean?
Without getting into spoilers, let's just say there's different chapters within the films. Okay. And it goes in chronological order except for one sequence with what's his name?
Are you talking about a
Steven Yeun's
animal?
So Steven Yeun, right?
Yeah. I believe, the actor.
So the character he plays, there's a story arc within itself, like a contained story arc that's feels kind of misplaced but makes sense.
It includes a flashback sequence.
Yeah. So it just threw me off because initially you don't know why it's in there. Like you'll see the sequence and you're like, why? How does this pertain? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I liked it. Don't get me wrong. And
it's probably one of the most disturbing scenes in the whole movie.
I agree. Definitely. And it was so disturbing to the point where Curtis and I actually looked up afterwards a couple things on YouTube.
We
let's
went
just say
into a little rabbit hole after.
I mean,
you can on this movie though. Like, this is one of those movies where you want to like, or at least I wanted to look stuff up about it like afterwards.
And I think that's the best part about films. I know a film's good if I want to dive deep into it, is what I want to say. But
when something gets me excited like that, that always is like, because even with Nope, I don't want to go on but like the first time I saw it was like, I had to think about it. I was like, it wasn't really what I was expecting.
Yeah, same.
And I was like, I didn't know. But like, it's hard to, and maybe that's something, you know, maybe I shouldn't watch trailers because like I have expectations.
Right.
But the more I thought on Nope, like day by day, I was like thinking about it every day. I was like, damn, dude, I really like that movie like a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So,
and watching it the second time, I liked it even more, to be honest.
Right. Okay. So getting to that point, just to wrap up my first view, and I've only seen it once, and I do want to watch it again. But I didn't know it was coming. And by the end of the film, like I want to say like the third act, it completely shifted from what the main, like, so you're going to predict a lot throughout this film, right? You're going to make a lot of predictions like, why is this? What is going on? It's kind of like a Jaws, like anticipation. Like there's something.
Very reminiscent
There's
of Jaws.
Something, but we don't know what it is yet. And the anticipation is what's driving you to stay invested. Obviously, the characters are great. You know, OJ, Emerald, Keke Palmer, and Kaluuya, right? They fantastic, bro.
Yeah, they did an awesome job. Oh my gosh, Keke Palmer freaking killed it in that movie, man. Her energy is just like electric in that movie.
100%. And the relationship between both of them, OJ and Emerald, I loved their sibling.
Their dynamic was
because they're completely different people.
Yeah, but you can tell they like grew up together.
Oh yeah, and they still have that love. There's a couple scenes in there where they reinforce that like love for each other. Like when they dabbing each other up. Oh my god, that got me hype. I was like, let's go. It was sick. But so the characters were awesome. But as I was mentioning, towards the end, the third act, completely everything you were thinking or predicting, just throw it out the window because none of that matters. Shit gets real towards the end, the third act, and it just surprises you, and it's a good surprise though. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad they went with the direction they went in. Again, it's one of those films. Jordan Peele's infamous for having those kind of topics. You know, it's gonna spark some kind of conversation.
Yeah,
he adds real world issues within his films.
I love how to me it feels like his most almost his most contained movie that he has, as far as like it's not a huge cast. It doesn't have a lot of locations.
Right, yeah.
But it feels so, like, grand in the way it's all, like, presented to you for some reason.
For sure. And I can see that 100%, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, even his, like, even Us was a little more, I felt like, ambitious as far as, like, the story he was trying to tell. Right. But, like, with this one, like, I felt like he just kept it a little more simple and contained. And I feel like a lot of times when people do that, it just, like, comes together a lot more seamlessly.
No, 100%. And I think there's a lot to tell from simplicity. You can take a very simple idea, for example, walking out the trash, and you can build a huge, grand experience from it. So I think keeping it simple the way he did in this film, the way Curtis is mentioning it, worked in his favor because he was able to make so much from it. But I'm sure the budget was way more.
Yeah, it was. This was his biggest budget movie. Yeah, which is insane to me though, because I mean I get it because they built. I mean we watched some of the behind the scenes and they built like whole sets and pretty much like a whole amusement park kind of a set for this thing and stuff like that. But like it had not that many actors. It didn't have that many locations, so it's crazy to think that this is his biggest budget movie.
100%.
To me, because like Us had so many actors and so many crazy locations and stuff like that is kind of
that's right.
So it's just, but he just took the budget and ran, bro, and he just made something contained and a little more simple, and I really loved it. It's definitely my favorite movie of the year, to be honest.
But so what was your how'd you see it the second time compared to the first time?
So yeah, the second time, so after the first time and a couple days gone by, and me like realizing that, okay, I really dug this movie a lot because I can't stop thinking about it. And then like we go to see it the second time, and like at this point I know everything that's gonna happen. So it was just like such a nice experience to just like take it in as like enjoying it. You're just enjoying it, and like I still like would notice things that I didn't notice in the first time watching it, but like I don't know, man. It's just like it's just a good movie, bro. I really just dig it a lot. I could go watch it again in theaters.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it's one of those movies where I'm like, I'm kind of obsessed with it a little bit.
Dude, I was too, bro. Like literally a week after we watched it, I was still like thinking about it. I was like, dude, I can't believe like it was just such a. I think it's a must watch personally.
Yeah, me too. And I think it could be like a must watch in theaters even too. You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm actually curious to see what it would be like watching it here, but. If you can still catch it while it's in theaters, please go ahead and do so because the experience there is insane. A lot of the just how do you explain it? Just the sounds itself,
Yeah, it's one of those ones that is made for a theater. Yeah, 100%. It's made for a theater viewing experience. Not that you wouldn't watch it at home and like not have a good time either, but like it's just cinema at its finest. I feel like it's really good. Jordan Peele, you're killing it, man.
You're killing it. Shout out Jordan Peele. Please drop something ASAP again. But without getting spoilers, the reason I say like go watch in theaters as well, just from the sound without spoiling it, there's just some really disturbing things, elements like that play into certain scenes. It makes you super uneasy. So it's not a horror film.
No, Well, how would you describe it?
Well, because before I watched it, Curtis said, don't expect horror, right? And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know, what like a clearly sci-fi,
somewhat of a
sci-fi thriller
potentially.
There's a lot of anticipation.
Yeah,
you will be disgusted and you will be kept
disturbed,
on edge, disturbed, but you're not necessarily going to be scared.
The second time I was more disturbed actually watching it. The second time,
that's what I remember you mentioning that. So yeah, be prepared to be disturbed, but don't be prepared to think it's a horror film. You're gonna be scared,
It makes you feel some things.
Yeah. Gotta see a therapist after that one. Yeah. No, that's good. Anything else you want to share about? Nope.
Nah, man. Just Jordan Peele. Nope. Just keep doing it, man. Just keep
killing it,
movies, man. Just keep killing it. Absolutely. He's definitely one of my directors that I'm like loving right now.
100%.
Like I'm sure as many people are. But,
most definitely.
Always I'm curious to see what he's gonna come out with next.
Yeah, for sure. Another one we watched that I personally enjoyed that I was pushing these guys to watch, Bullet Train.
Yeah, man.
Now, I saw the previews for it in theaters back when I was watching like Doctor Strange or whatever, and it just the concept looked interesting. Obviously, it's an action film. It's got Brad Pitt. It had Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Boy Bad Bunny, which, that's my dog.
Bunny, yeah.
That's my dog.
He was just in Phoenix.
Which we can touch up on. But yeah, no, Bullet Train, dude. What you think?
Dude, it was a fun movie.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a super fun movie. What did you think? You really wanted to see it?
Yeah, so I think it was one of the most fun things I've watched this year. The writing was very creative in terms of how everything connected. Yeah. Every single element within this film is interconnected, even if like it's something random. Like I feel like the attention to detail, like the flashbacks and stuff like that, just playing so well, and it's something you can't predict. There's some elements in the film that you're like, no way, like how that connected to this, etc. And the whole film, like 95% of it took place on the train, on this huge bullet train in, was it Japan?
Well, pretty much the whole thing took place.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was in Japan.
Right.
It felt like it was in Japan.
It felt like it. I think it was. The characters were cool. Some of them. I want to say like the majority of them are really cool. For example, like Tangerine and Lemon.
Yeah, I kind of want to look up the characters and like.
Oh yeah. Here, let me pull this up real quick.
Because there was so many characters that's the thing. They had a lot of memorable characters. There's like a lot of them though, you know?
So you had Brad Pitt.
Like introducing a lot of them was like kind of like a lot to take into in one movie.
Yeah, so Brad Pitt, like I said, Bad Bunny. You had a cameo from Ryan Reynolds, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have like all these mixed characters, and most of them were on the train.
Yeah.
I want to say like at least like 7 to 8 characters were all on this train with their own mission. So think about that. So you have such a convoluted story because all the characters you see in the film all have their own separate story, which you can kind of follow. There isn't really a main protagonist per se in this film, like a traditional main protagonist, you know?
Yeah.
Because the film starts off with a certain protagonist, but then it kind of shifts focus to another protagonist, but then you see the life of these other characters and you see their drive, what their motives are. So you really can, it seems like a mess, but I think they did it well.
I think it's tied together well. There's like no source material for it, right? So I never knew any of these characters before this movie, right? And like for them to introduce like that many characters and for me to remember pretty much every one of them, is pretty impressive to me because like that means they did pretty good job like introducing characters.
Like,
I can pretty much remember everyone that was in that movie, even if they were in it just for a short amount of time.
Exactly. And there's a lot of death. There's a lot of action.
Yeah.
And it even got to the point where I got attached to some characters. Like when some characters died, bro, I was like, damn.
Dude, Tangerine and what was Tangerine?
Lemon. Their story was cool.
I was pretty attached to them.
Yeah,
as characters,
bro. Yeah. Like, without getting into spoilers though.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Or should we?
No, we don't have to. But just like they definitely did do a good job.
Yeah, for sure.
Building some deeper relationships between some people and building their stories.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, Bullet Train was cool.
Yeah, I had a really good time. It reminded me a lot of kind of like an anime kind of.
Yeah.
The way it was shot and the way it was just like the colors and everything. It kind of reminded me of an anime and the action too.
The choreography for the action was crazy. Like there's some fighting scenes where they're fighting in like very traditional like areas like kitchens and stuff using like the actual materials in that area, and it was just fun to watch.
Yeah, it was
It got kind of creative.
Brad Pitt was really good in it. I feel like everyone did a good job in it.
For sure.
No one like there was no one I didn't like in the movie, so it was a good time. Yeah,
but
it was a really good time.
100%. I feel like this film is one of those contained films that is its own story. Probably won't get a sequel. Probably won't get a prequel.
No, yeah, I don't think it needs one. I mean,
I think it'd be cool to see a prequel. With Brad Pitt's character, because remember his whole thing was in the film. He was like a recovering rage addict who like wanted to get away from the business and instead pursued meditation therapy and like affirmations of positivity.
It's almost one of those movies I wish it had a sequel, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, just because like I was saying, there was so many characters introduced and like
that's true.
You know, some of them only got a short amount of screen time.
Yeah.
Like for example, not this. I don't think this is a spoiler, but like Bad Bunny, he didn't get a ton of screen time necessarily.
Yeah, for
sure.
And
he had a pretty cool backstory.
He did.
He seemed like a badass character, and he's definitely someone I would have wanted to see on the screen a little more.
Yeah.
So like I wish they would have took some of the, I don't know, not villains, but like other assassins, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
And put them in like a sequel and built them like throughout a movie. And then like maybe just took like Tangerine and Lemon in this movie and built them throughout, and maybe like one or two other characters.
Yeah,
like
the
girl. And I would like to see like a whole movie with Bad Bunny in it, you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Because I really liked his character, and there was a couple characters like that where I was like, I really wish I could have seen them expand on it a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
So I actually do think it is a really good movie to have a sequel or something like that.
No, for sure. I mean, if they go in that direction, like I was mentioning earlier, every character had their own self-contained story, and you can see their motives, their drive to get to where they have to be. And so, yeah, maybe doing spin-off like sequels or
the prequel, like you were saying,
or set side stories. It would work because I feel like they have a lot of material to go for. They can just work off the flashbacks that they had in the film, which were pretty cool.
Yeah, they were.
Those flashbacks were cool.
It was a really fun movie, honestly.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a really good
fun, entertaining. If you catch in theaters, cool. I feel like it's maybe one you can watch not in theaters.
Sure, yeah. It's good to get friends together and kind of watch it together.
Yeah,
I feel like it's just a good time movie, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. So another film we watched, which was actually Mackenzie's idea, is
shout out Mackenzie.
Shout out Mackenzie. It was her idea to watch Barbarian, which is a horror film that recently came out. And what'd you think? Because I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think it got a lot of hype, right? I don't know if you saw all the hype about it. It got quite a bit of hype. Like a lot of people like really liked it. I saw like on TikTok and stuff. And I don't know. I liked it. I really did like it. But I don't think I'm as in love with it as like a lot of people are.
Gotcha. Right. Yeah. That to me, the way it started, I feel like it jumped into the whole horror aspect far too quick. I feel like from the get-go, it was already like suspenseful and anticipation driven, you know. And I'm sitting there like you can hear like the music cues and stuff, and like the, you know, like the eerie sounds, and I'm like, dude, let it build into it. Like I don't, you know, I personally think he just got into it way too quick.
It was interesting though.
Go ahead.
Because like it got into it really quick, but then it cut it off really quick when it got into who was the actor?
Justin Long. Justin Long. Which by far my favorite part of the film.
It was almost opposite how it was set up, because you would almost think to see Justin Long's part like in the beginning of the movie, and then like go into like the house thing.
You got a point.
But then you saw the house thing,
yeah,
and then you kind of get into his thing.
That's actually very interesting. So, I did not think about it. I'm glad you brought that.
Yeah, I kind of like how it did that, because that caught my eye, and I thought I was like, I haven't seen that in a movie like that. Really.
Yeah. Okay.
So it definitely had that element where I was like, oh, I haven't seen something like that.
Yeah. Where
it fell short for me, honestly, was kind of the ending. Personally,
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
Should we dive into that, or?
I don't know.
How much can we speak on?
Mackenzie, what do you think? Do you think it's a spoiler-worthy movie, or don't spoil it? Okay. I guess to expand on it without spoiling anything is like everything leading up to it was pretty different, I thought.
Yeah.
Like the concept was different, and the way it was told was a little different. Like I was saying, like how it's suspenseful in the beginning, and it kind of switches to like this other storyline, but it ties into it. So I did like how it did that, but then I don't know, it just felt really rushed towards the end, and it felt really cliche and like a little corny to me at the end.
100%. I feel like the ending didn't wrap up the arc at all.
No.
Personally, the way it ended just to me was it felt unfinished.
Yeah.
It could have easily kept going afterwards.
Felt like it like lost its budget in like the last
literally ending. It kind of did. And the writing, I feel kind of lazy, seriously.
It really could have been one of those movies that I probably would have thought about quite a bit, not like been too obsessed with, but I definitely would have appreciated it a lot more if they just would have like kept the consistency they had up until the end.
Sure, yeah. Consistency in
as far as like, I don't know, I thought the writing was decent leading up to the end, and I was along for the ride. And then when it got to the end, I was like, what? I don't know. It just got so corny for me, to be honest. Like a lot of the things that happened, I was just like, what the heck, bro?
No, I agree actually, and going back to that point of it's kind of reverse of the suspense starts and then you switch more and it kind of calms down, dies down. I feel like I didn't pick that up because I was waiting on a pizza the whole time throughout the whole film. I ordered a pizza and it didn't get to me until like an hour and a half later. So
this man had to watch me and Mackenzie scarf down our pizzas in the first half of the movie.
Yeah, so you guys were part of the movie experience for me.
Yeah.
Seeing you guys eat really, it activated those emotions. I'm like, dude, I hate this movie.
Might have hindered your experience a little bit.
Yeah, it actually did. So maybe I'd have to go rewatch it. But one thing, though, I did notice was I didn't really get too attached to the characters. I didn't see myself really feeling for them or rooting for them. And I just towards the end, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't really feel anything towards them.
I thought the main character, she had potential to be like someone that I was like, I don't know, just like could have been a really cool character, but
could have been.
Then she became like the most predictable character ever, bro, and you just knew what she was gonna do every time. And it was I couldn't tell you what her name was.
I don't remember her name.
I couldn't tell you what any of the characters' names were, to be honest.
Actually, no. That's a good point.
So that's always something like I think about when it comes to movies. Like, can I remember this? Like, was this character memorable enough for me to even remember their name?
Not very
and
memorable.
I don't even remember them.
Not memorable. And kind of touching on that, our boy Brandon actually mentioned something that actually stuck with me. It's like it wouldn't be a horror film if the characters just lost all logic. Like literally the how predictable this character was added to that stupid, cheesy, corny aspect of really terrible horror films. Like it's very predictable. You know this person's going to go back to doing something they shouldn't be doing for the purpose of progressing that plot. Yeah. You know? And because without spoiling it again,
so cliche, bro.
Very cliche. At the beginning of the film, this character, the protagonist, was built in a certain way where you would think she wouldn't get into that cliche aspect of a horror film character, right?
That's why I was excited for her character at the beginning.
100%. And I was like, okay, so how are they going to keep her into this plot, knowing she's smart, you know, without going down that stupid rabbit hole? But unfortunately, it kind of fell into the predictability in her just putting her logic away and going back just to progress it even further.
Yeah. I don't know. It was I liked it, but it wasn't what everyone was like. I don't know. It didn't live up to the hype that I saw on the internet for me.
That's crazy because I didn't really see any hype.
Dude, people were loving on this movie, bro.
They were loving it?
Yeah, they
were.
I
want to talk to someone who actually
they were loving it. And I liked it, but I'm not in love with it like that. Like there's it kind of you never saw Don't Breathe. Ever?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay. It kind of just kind of reminded me of that.
Gotcha.
And it kind of reminded me of, I think Don't Breathe is better personally, honestly. Sure. And like it reminded me of Malignant a little bit in some ways. I just have to shout out Malignant, man. If you haven't seen that,
I haven't.
This man has to see it.
Anyone
that's watched it, if you don't like that movie and you're in the comments right now, I don't care, bro.
I don't care.
Watch that so fun. It's such a fun movie.
Interesting. Bro. Yeah, that's crazy you mentioned that because I didn't see any hype. I didn't see any promotion, really. I never saw any mentions of the trailer. And it wasn't until Mackenzie mentioned it, we should go watch this, you know, until I found out about the film. I didn't even know it was a horror film, to be honest with you. She mentioned Barbarian. I was like, okay, it was some kind of action film or something. Drama, maybe. Yeah, a documentary, right. And I'll be honest, like, if they were to scratch the horror genre and focus on Justin Long's character and grew that into a story,
I would have liked that more.
That would have been a cool movie too.
Because like, I mean, he had, you know, the way he's introduced, he's kind of introduced as like a shady guy, like not a great guy. Yeah. But then they kind of build him up to like where you like, okay, like you kind of feel for this guy, but then I don't know, they just kind of throw it all away at the end.
Exactly. Yeah, he starts off as a dehumanized person who then again gets more human characteristics that you can kind of relate to and feel sorry for him, and then
they literally threw it all away at the end, and I was just,
it was all for nothing.
I was kind of like upset about that a little bit too. So
yeah,
it was worth a watch. I thought. Yeah, it did have some elements that are different in movies that I haven't seen.
It didn't scare me per se, like jump scares, etc., but it was disturbing. There's some parts that really grossed me out, but in a good way though. In a good way, it really made me like turn away, and which is what I liked.
Yeah. But they were definitely disturbing images, like, and they're just like, I would more describe it as like disgusting, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was just disgusting. It was gross.
It was disgusting, and like that it got me.
Yeah, 100%. So that was a interesting watch. Go watch it if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But one thing that another thing we watched that me and Mackenzie watched that was recent was just like a short film that I really want to shout out because we saw it. We watched Spooky Scary Sundays on Corey Kenshin. Me and Mackenzie do quite a bit.
Who's Corey Kenshin?
So he's a gamer. He does horror games
like
and
Twitch.
Yeah,
YouTube?
Twitch.
Okay.
Mackenzie watches him a lot, and he does like this series where he watches just like horror movies, like or short horror films.
Okay.
And he'll just kind of react to them. It's a really cool series because it'd just be fun to do that, right? To sit down and watch short horror films, and it's fun to watch them with him. But there was this one on there called Portrait of God, and it was by this dude. I want to say his name was Dylan Clark on YouTube, bro. And this short film, Portrait of God, is this short horror film. It is literally 7 minutes in length.
Okay.
And it feels like you watched a whole ass movie, bro. Like when
a full 90-minute plus?
Yes, it's so well put together, and it's just so like, oh man, it's the kind of stuff I want to be seeing. Cause we watch a lot of, like me and Mackenzie, we watch a lot of like short horror films just because I love short films. I want to put short films on, you know?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
I want people to be able to make livings off making short films and stuff like that.
Right.
So I always am trying to keep up to date with that kind of stuff. And you see a lot of cheesy ass ones, and just like the same kind of like, it all builds up to one jump scare at the end.
Okay.
But this one didn't even have a jump scare. It didn't need it, bro. It was just like,
but it was a horror film.
It was a horror film. It was just so eerie. It was so well put together. The storytelling is just like the fact it showed the potential. I feel like it's one of those things for me where it unlocked the potential, like what short films can do.
Okay.
Because man, it's just so good, and it's so contained, and that's all it needed to be. I mean, I'd love to see a whole movie from what he.
I'm sure they can adapt.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I love short films, bro, for that reason. Because like, I mean, the idea of putting a feature film together is pretty, scary.
Yeah.
It's like So when you can like have like a proof of concept kind of like that for like, hey, I'm good at telling stories, and like for me, this man did it with this short film, Portrait of God. Go and watch it.
Okay. Portrait of God.
Portrait.
By who again?
Who directed? Dylan Clark. Yes, and it's just I'd love to start shouting out short films more often, just because like I really want to start putting short films on for sure. So Dylan Clark, good ass job on that.
Shout out Dylan Clark, Portrait of God. Real quick, before we move on, why did it seem like it was longer than it was? You said 7 minutes, but
just because it's just such an experience. Like it's so different. It's just so different, bro. Like,
you just lose that sense of time. Yeah, you get so invested in the story.
The idea of it, and just like the writing with it, and just the way it all kind of unfolds, just feels like you're just like, wow, like it's just unfolding, and it all comes together just like so seamlessly, and it's just such an experience. He did such a good job on it. And
so without giving away too much, what is it about?
Sure, it's so it's like basically. I'll break it down super briefly. Like, this girl, she's giving a presentation.
Okay.
Very religious girl. She's practicing a presentation. Yeah, that's right. So this girl is, she's practicing a presentation in another room or at her house, and there's this experiment that has to do with like people are all shown like this like same like blank picture, but they all like their eyes have all adjusted to kind of see like a similar thing in the picture. And they all describe this similar image. So she's practicing to give a presentation on this.
Right.
And it all has to do with like, are they having a religious experience, or like what are these people experiencing? And while she's giving it, it starts to kind of like, she kind of starts to see something. And from there, I don't even want to like go into, because once she starts to see stuff, it kind of like, you're like, oh shit. Like,
interesting.
Like,
Okay.
So go watch it, man. Yeah, we'll watch it. But Dylan Clark, good ass job, man. That was an amazing short film.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. I mean, it sounds interesting. Yeah. I haven't seen a short film in a while.
Yeah, dude. So we gotta start watching.
Yeah, I was about to say, put me on, bro. I'm down.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm so down. One thing I did want to touch up on real quick that I'm actually really excited about is I don't know if you saw the announcement of the next Deadpool 3.
Oh yes, we did see that.
Yeah, and they revealed that Hugh Jackman's gonna come back.
Come on, bro, that's so funny. The way they did it was like so funny too.
It was such a Deadpool way to do it. You know, Deadpool is like always just breaking the fourth wall, being witty, being stupid, and just being unconventional.
That's what's so cool about those movies is like they can market however the hell they want, man.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And however they market it is completely fine.
Yeah, and everyone gets hyped with no matter how they market because it's like they know it's going to be fun and it's going to be good, and Ryan Reynolds is going to do like a good job with it. So.
Oh, 100%. So, and the biggest thing too is not only is it the third movie, right, but it's also the first film that's going to be inducted into the MCU universe.
Oh, actually.
Yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, so Deadpool and Hugh Jackman.
So they're going to be in the MCU
They're going to be in the MCU.
Snap.
So now people are theorizing, well, how is that going to happen? How is Deadpool and Wolverine, which he's going to be wearing comic book accurate costume, like the yellow costume with like the mask and, you know, like.
Yeah, that's
so he's going to be wearing that.
Weren't people upset by that when he was like, didn't they think it was cheesy when he first started wearing that one?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know the opinions of what people thought. I think it's dope.
I think like it now. I think if they do it right, it could be cool. And like,
people like it now.
Or if they like clown it in the movie and make fun of it.
Actually, I could see it. Loki, I could see Deadpool making a comment like, "Oh, look at you looking all cute." There's something stupid. You know? But a lot of people are theorizing like how they're going to be introduced into this universe, because obviously we're in the new saga, the multiverse saga, which anything can be possible with the different realms, universes, multiverse.
You don't need to be a good writer if you have a multiverse.
You can get away with a lot. You still got to be a good writer in order to keep the story interested. But a lot of people are...
Everyone and their moms have a multiverse now.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of... I don't want to say it's cheap, but I think it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that a lot of storytelling has gone to a multiverse.
It just... Because it opens up possibilities, really. But for this one specifically, did you ever watch Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
You watched it. So you remember they had like the time travel like kind of watch thing that allowed them to go back in time and whatnot. Yeah. So obviously a lot of people are theorizing that that's what Deadpool's going to use in order to kind of travel through these different multiverses and whatnot. And Hugh Jackman, I don't know which Logan
do you think he's
version it's going to be.
Right.
Because, you know, it's also dealing with variants of the
that's what
Logans.
I was wondering. So, I was wondering if it's going to be a different variant of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
So, a lot of people are...
Potentially.
Yeah, so a lot of people... Well, they already mentioned in the other teaser that it's not going to be the Logan from the old Logan movie, the one where he dies at the end, you know, he's older. A lot of people are theorizing it's going to be the Logan from Days of Future Past. I don't know if you watched that X-Men movie.
I like that one.
Which would be an interesting take. The way they did time travel, because they also time traveled in that film.
Yeah,
but
I love that movie.
It was a different time travel because your whole body's not time traveling; it's your consciousness that time travels to your old body. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So, which again,
that's interesting.
Yeah, and the watch they had in Deadpool 2 also had that power. You can time travel with your whole body, or you can shift your consciousness to a past memory. Kind of stuff. A lot of people are theorizing that kind of reconnecting to Loki. Did you ever watch Loki?
I did not actually.
Okay,
no.
So just a brief explanation. Loki series kind of dealt with the different multiverses that you can travel to, but is illegal in a sense. There is an organization called the TVA that was monitoring all these different variants, jumping into different like multiverses that they're not supposed to be in, timelines. And what they would do is go arrest that variant and erase that like little thing that kind of deviated from the only timeline that should be.
Did you like that show?
Yes, I liked it. And the season 2 is coming out.
Okay.
So they already announced that. But so with that being said, a lot of people are theorizing that this movie is going to be like kind of search film for Deadpool going around messing up all these different timelines because he's messing with every single thing which deviates these different timelines.
Okay.
And
that'd be funny.
He ends up picking up Hugh Jackman in one of them and then traveling to the 616 universe and just completely creating chaos.
That'd be funny to see
comedic way.
Deadpool jump in multiverse.
And not caring because he's like, who cares? What the hell? Like, you know what I mean? So, I'm just curious to see what approach they take, and how it progresses. The MCU. And because we already saw Professor X. One of the mutants. Now we're going to see Logan. And again, I'm predicting that this variant of Logan is going to be one that's not originally from the 616 universe, but instead is one that comes into the universe from a different universe, right? But they're still at one point going to have to introduce the mutants.
Gotcha.
The X-Men, right?
Yeah, always,
So we'll see
how that plays
out. You know. So yeah, very excited to see.
Yeah, that was a big announcement.
Huge announcement, and
it was a huge announcement.
Humongous
announcement.
It was humongous. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Everyone loves Ryan Reynolds. He's killing it.
Yeah.
And I think the guy from what's the last film he did? Free Guy.
Ryan Reynolds. Free Guy. He was in Free Guy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that guy's actually directing this next Deadpool.
Is that? Oh, that's the dude that directed. Well,
let me check real quick.
On the first podcast. I want to say that's the dude that directed like Night at the Museum and stuff.
Sean Levy.
Is that the same?
I
dude?
think.
Wait, let's see. Sean Levy.
I'm pretty sure I saw this.
Okay. So what else has Sean Levy done? Okay. Mackenzie says he's a writer for Stranger Things. Fact check us on that.
Yeah, so Free Guy.
Okay, he did do
the
Free
Adam
Guy.
Project that we touched upon episode 2.
He did Real Steel.
The internship. Like he was on he worked on the internship.
Okay.
Real Steel. So yeah, Free Guy.
See, go some more really quick. I just want to see if he did Night at the Museum. He did do Night at the Museum.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So yeah, because we talked about this guy.
Yeah, we talked about him on episode 2.
Yeah. So that's funny.
Yeah. So this guy's gonna be directing.
Interesting.
Deadpool
He's
3.
gonna be doing Deadpool. Okay.
So he already worked.
Interesting.
He already worked with Ryan Reynolds previously, on 2 projects.
Okay.
Adam Project and then the Free Guy, which I didn't watch Adam Project, but
I actually did not see it either.
Which is another film that deals with time travel and stuff.
Yeah,
so
multiverses. Yeah. But yeah, Sean Levy, he's got some good ideas for movies. I'm excited to see what he does with Deadpool. Did the same guy who was the director for the first 2? Was it the same guy? Not Sean Levy, but Tim Miller, right?
Tim Miller.
Yeah. Is that the dude? The battery died. Oh, okay. Mackenzie said the battery died on.
And then David, how do you pronounce that?
David Leitch. Leche.
I don't know. So I guess there are 3 different directors for these 3 different films.
Okay. Well, I mean, the first 2 came out good. So
yeah, they came out really good.
Yeah.
So
I trust them. As long as Ryan Reynolds is like kind of, in the picture of the creative process.
Probably 100%.
Then I think it's gonna turn out.
And I'm excited to see whether they stay and how they stay.
Yeah.
In this MCU kind of timeline.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You see if they
that'll be interesting.
Deadpool ever teams up with the Avengers or anything like that.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
I wanted to see him interact with Spider-Man. I think that'd be cool.
That would be funny. Those are my favorite. They're my 2 favorite. They always have the best lines, Deadpool and Spider-Man.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, always the quips and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, I mean, they have like that banter back and forth in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll get.
That'd be super fun.
Fingers crossed, we can see like a Peter Parker and what's his name? Wade Wilson. What's his
Oh wait. Wade Wilson. His What Spider-Man would you want to see
Wilson,
him
right.
interact with? Tom Holland.
Yeah, for sure. Tom Holland and Wade Wilson. I think that'd be funny.
Okay. I want to see him with Andrew Garfield.
That could be cool too.
I think they'd be funny to like acting.
You think they'd have like a good rapport, like good?
Yeah, I think they would, bro. Yeah. I think they would for some reason.
Okay, fair. Yeah. So that's an exciting one. I don't know. I also want to watch Avatar 2.
Yeah.
Oh, whenever that comes out.
Yeah. You said your family's going to see it today. That's kind of crazy. They got
because it hasn't even come out. So my family calls me up and say, "Yeah, we're gonna watch Avatar 2 tonight. It's gonna be fun. Like we're gonna getting the whole family." I'm like, "Oh, it's out already." I had no idea.
I'm saying like, no, it's not out, bro. There's no way it's out.
Turns out, what is out is the re-release of the first Avatar movie. So they're probably watching it right now, very, very disappointed. Like, why? It's kind of similar to the first one. Very similar, actually. Or maybe they won't even notice.
It took them 10 years to make this.
Bro, watch them not even notice, and then they call me, bro, it was so good, bro. Avatar 2 is fire. Like, you got to watch out. Like, all right, cool. I'm down. Funny,
hilarious, bro.
But the first one was good.
Oh, yeah, I love the first one. That's my mom's favorite movie.
Yeah, it's my dad's favorite film. So, and it was,
it's a good movie from start to finish. It's a longer movie.
For sure. I watched it in 3D.
Did you? Actually, that had to be an experience, yeah.
Back when it was still, I think, the red and blue glasses.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that's what I used to watch them, yeah.
Yeah, that's
kind of crazy to think about.
School.
Yeah, seriously, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good film.
Oh, yeah, dude. for like, it's one of those 3-hour films that like I don't really have like a problem getting through. You know
for sure, yeah.
Like it's really pretty solid like throughout, and I mean it's just like it's an experience. Like that was like ahead of its, or not ahead of its time, but it really like revolutionized like technology and what you see today in movies as far as like CGI, motion capture, stuff like that. So I really, big respect to Avatar for sure.
Oh, and it was always in the talks of when's the sequel coming. You know what I mean? I've always thought about that. And I've seen people ask, "Oh, when's the sequel coming?" I was like, I didn't think they were gonna make. I've
literally asked that question every day for like 10 years.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Is that like part of your routine?
Because that's when it came. The last one came, wasn't it like 10 years ago?
Probably.
It was literally like 10 years ago.
Well, I guess it's
so. I've been like asking that question for a really long time, and the fact that it's actually
2009,
over 10 years ago. Crazy. So. They better not miss with this one, man. A lot of pressure here.
100%. One thing I wanted to touch upon that actually just happened was Suicide Boys concert featuring Slump God, featuring Snot.
Yes.
So I'm jealous, bro. What happened there?
This event took place last night in the Phoenix Raceway, which oh man, it was an experience last night, man.
Phoenix Raceway.
Like a whole journey trying to get there, trying to get out, because there were so many freaking people.
So what happened? Like
it was so we Ubered from our place, right? So and from here to Glendale, it's about an hour just to go there, right?
Just the drive?
Just to drive there. It started at 7, and we ended up having to get dropped off at a Circle K like 2 miles away from the venue.
That's
just because
tough.
The traffic was so ridiculous. I mean, it was just like, I was just like, holy crap! All these people really like trekked out.
The line to get in,
to
the arena,
it's just
or to the area. Whatever.
Yeah, it was insane, just the parking lot and stuff. So we walked 2 miles from the Circle K to get to the venue itself.
Right,
and it was the line of cars was insane. It just really showed that like, you know, Suicide Boys is established like that. They are like, you know, some of the pioneers of like their kind of music in there.
I mean, what would you consider their music besides just like rap?
Yeah,
because it is rap.
Yeah, there's like genres, and it was funny because we were in the Uber on the way there, and we were kind of trying our Uber driver was kind of like asking us some questions. We got to spend a lot of time with him because it was a long drive.
Yeah, I'm sure, bro.
So he was asking like, yo, what kind of like genre are they like? And it came up with like dark rap.
Dark rap.
And I was like, that is the cheesy.
Who said that?
That was just like Google or something, like, or maybe Spotify. That's what they put them in the genre as. But that sounds so corny to me, to be honest.
What is dark rap? What else would you put in there?
I don't even know. Like, I guess I don't even know.
Like melodically or like?
Good question, man.
Lyrically?
I have no idea. I literally have no idea what that means. But I don't know. I like you have like underground artists, right? Where you like, when you say underground artists, that means they're like kind of coming up and stuff. Like they're kind of like, you know, not as well known, but
sure.
I don't know, like if underground rap, like I don't know how to just like put them in a genre, because like I would describe them as underground rap. That's how I describe it as, because it sounds like rap that's coming from the underground to me.
Stupid.
That's what that's what it sounds like to me.
Fair.
I love it. I love it. So it was just like, oh my God, dude.
Okay, so I want to get back to, you got dropped off at a Circle K.
Yeah.
2 miles away from the venue.
Yeah, so it was me, my homie Brandon, and my homie AJ. Yeah.
Yeah. So you three were just walking to the venue? Yeah,
we're all walking. We walked 2 miles, and we're just like, holy crap.
How long did that take, bro? Damn.
It took a good while. It took a little, it was like probably a half-hour walk, or maybe 40. I don't even know, 40-minute walk. I don't even know, bro. It was
crazy.
I lost track of time because
I
was so in awe, honestly, bro. Like,
but just by the sheer amount of people,
of people, and the fact that the sheer amount of people, and it was out in the middle of like nowhere. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah,
like pretty much, like it's like a well-known venue, not really a venue that they have concerts at a lot. But
what is it? What's the venue?
It's a raceway.
It's a raceway.
Yeah,
actually,
Phoenix Raceway.
So how was it set up then?
So it's that at that raceway they actually have like NASCAR.
Well, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a mile-long track. So the inside, like the middle area of the track, is like where they had the venue and the stage and everything.
That's okay. So that's where you guys were.
Yeah, that's where we were. And
no one's in the stands. Nothing's in
the
okay.
No. So it was yeah, dude, it was
interesting.
It was interesting.
Why not like Cardinal Stadium or
You're right. I have no idea.
Talking Stick, or
I don't know. It made for a good venue, to be honest. Like it was like huge, honestly.
Yeah,
It had everywhere. You could go get food in the bag.
No way. There's like
it was. I had drinks everywhere. Like they had like vendors all over the place.
Yeah,
and,
for
like,
sure.
It's not like you were crowded in there by any means, unless you were like towards where the stage was. But man, the turnout, bro, it was just like, I mean, come on, like, so to say I got to see like Ski Mask, Snot, and Suicide Boys in one night.
That's crazy. That's a lineup, bro.
That's a lineup.
DJ Scheme was there, right?
DJ Scheme was there.
I love DJ Scheme, bro. That's crazy.
Dude, it was just like the fact that they had that kind of concert over here in Arizona, like just in general, but like
for sure.
I haven't seen like anything like that in Arizona in a while. Like those kinds of artists coming here. And obviously Suicide Boys hasn't toured in a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't really listen to them
I don't think they've toured. I don't want to be wrong about it, but I know it's been probably around 5 years or something like that.
Damn, why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, obviously pandemic hit, but even before then, like,
I don't know.
What's going on there?
I don't know. They just haven't toured in a long time. But man, it filled the area so well, bro. Like,
was it sold out?
It was sold out.
Like a general admission?
Yeah, it was sold out, and they kept saying 20,000 people. That's what they kept saying, and
Did it seem like it, or
I can't gauge really. It seemed like a ton of people to me, But
okay, so just a lot of people.
And the fact that they say 20,000 people is like kind of like is insane to me. But man,
and they're the openers, right? They opened.
They were the Suicide Boys. No, they were the closer. They were
headliners. Okay.
Headliners.
So who opened?
So it was everyone leading up to that. I got there right when Snot was about to do his set.
Okay.
And
sick.
I've been consistent on talking about Snot this year
I know
on the podcast
for sure.
So I was really hyped to see him.
I mean, you vibe with his music, yeah.
I really love his music.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was awesome to see him perform over here. He said on stage that it was the biggest crowd he's ever performed in front of.
Actually?
Yeah, which was so sick to like hear him say that.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him, man. It was a shorter set, which I mean, I don't want to say I was disappointed with anything in his set. It was just shorter. So
How long?
I don't even know, maybe like 25 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's short, bro. Wow.
30 minutes.
How many songs did he perform?
It wasn't a ton, but I guess he's like, I guess in relation to the other artists that were there, he's kind of like on the come up, I guess.
Sure.
Which like I understood, I guess, but like
so he's not as known as Ski, obviously, and then
I
Suicide
guess
Boys.
not, but I feel like a lot of people there did know Snot though. Like I mean,
it's kind of the same music.
It's similar. It definitely sounds different, but it's similar vibe.
For sure.
Like if you listen to Suicide Boys, there's probably a good chance you also would like Snot for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
In my opinion, I think so. He was a great great opener. He wore his hoodie, bro, in the Arizona heat. Shout out Snot for wearing the hoodie in the heat, bro.
Crazy.
Come on, man.
You think he knew her now? Probably not.
He had to know. I don't like.
That dude's probably drenched, bro.
He had to be. He was wearing a hoodie and a ski mask, bro. Like he was on stage, like outdoors in Arizona. I was like,
is this dude hydrated at least? Like, I'm surprised this dude didn't pass out from heat stroke, bro.
Seriously, like literally, I was like, he's wild. And yeah, what did you say? Yeah, he's literally
he probably has an
had
IV
to be connected
rocking,
to an
bro.
IV. He's just got like fluids pumping in his system constantly.
Probably shocking to Pedialyte and like.
Yeah, literally. But good for him, man. Like
for sure.
I love Snot, and I definitely think he's on the come up. I think everyone would have loved to see a little bit longer of a set from him, but the set he did a great job. Ski Mask though, bro.
He came after.
Dude,
I love Ski Mask. That's the one I'm very familiar with.
He was the one I was most excited to see just because I knew he was going to put on a good performance.
Yeah.
And he just seems like he'd be a really good performer. And he did not disappoint.
What did he perform? Like his old shit or probably like more recent? Like
a little bit of everything. It
actually,
like he had a pretty long set. His set was decently long. He did a shout out to X too. X and Juice WRLD. He sang both of the songs he's got with them.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was like
rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was he put on a show.
For sure.
He was hyped.
I've heard he's got like
So
high
hyped.
energy.
Yeah.
So how was the crowd then?
The crowd was hyped, bro. Yeah. Like you got little mosh pits here and there.
Yeah,
and
little pockets.
And like, but when Suicide Boys came out, man, their music, it just like fills a room, bro. Like it's just like all over the place. It feels like surround sound, right? When you're listening to them. These dudes are spitting every single word of their songs, bro. And I don't know how they have the breath for this, bro, but like, it is the most impressive thing.
Yeah.
And it's just, you're seeing them do their thing up there and you're just like, man, these guys they got that legend status a little bit. Like
for sure.
They know what they're doing. They've been at it. they are professionals in their area, you know?
So, no. I mean, from the songs I have listened, right, it seems like super fast paced, bro.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're rocking
Yeah.
Give me a good inspiration.
Yeah. Huh?
Give me a good impersonation.
That was it.
Oh my God, bro, lame.
No, literally, like, everyone was, like, hype for them, bro. It was so fun, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So the huge turnaround.
Absolutely.
Great. How are the acoustics like? What does it sound like? I mean, if you're at a raceway, it's not a traditional stadium, right?
No. So it was,
and obviously open roof,
big ass speakers, like on the stage.
Was it a big stage?
It was a big stage, yeah.
Okay.
And then like they had like speakers set up inside, like in the crowd too, just like sticking.
So it was loud.
I was right in front of one of the speakers doing Suicide Boy, so I was like, my head was ringing. By the end of the night, yeah, it was ringing. But
okay. How long was their set?
Their set was good amount of time, bro.
Yeah,
it had
for sure.
to be like it. I want to say it was over an hour, probably.
Oh damn!
It felt like that. It was a really good set. It was just like just such a good event, bro. There's no way. Like I knew going into it, I'm like thinking to myself, like, man, there's like no possible way this couldn't be cool. Like having Ski Mask, Snot, and Suicide Boys at one event and like getting to see them all perform. Was right. Like, yeah, it was such a treat, man. Like it was such a cool event. So shout out to all those boys, man.
Hey, shout out for them to come in AZ, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's crazy.
And Snot, I don't know how you survive, man, but good looks
he knows
on the
now.
hoodie, Mo.
He knows now.
You're on brand all the time, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Good shit. Yeah.
I've seen his his face mask at least. I've seen what those look. They look crazy.
Yeah, he's always got the hoodie like tied up, like super tight, and it's his thing. So
yeah, for sure.
Good for them.
Good for him. So what? How are you feeling after?
Yeah.
Like, what time did you get home?
Oh man, it was the journey getting home was even more than the journey getting there. But
yeah, for sure.
We had to walk those 2 miles back to that Circle K.
Yeah,
waited
for sure.
45 minutes for a lift to get there.
Of course.
I took that to Carter's place.
Yeah.
And to his dorm at ASU, and then like he drove us home by then, so we didn't get home until a little after 3 a.m. last night.
Wow.
So yeah, dude. Yeah, running on fumes a little bit.
So you're
today,
feeling it right now.
I'm feeling it right now for sure. My back,
tired.
like just from standing waiting for the lift, is like definitely feeling it. But man, I definitely had fun last night. After the concert, I couldn't like on the ride to Carter's. We had an Uber driver. He was from France, and I literally was.
He was
just
French.
He was French, bro.
Okay.
And we were just like chopping it up, bro. I swear. Like,
are you sure he was French, or you're just hallucinating?
I don't know, bro. Did last night even happen? I don't even know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Awesome event though.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, man. So it sold out. Not at a traditional stadium.
Nope.
That's insane. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to hit up a concert, man, because I've only been to one.
Yeah.
In a very small venue.
Oh, what?
Very small. It was here in Phoenix. I think I talked about it recently in the other episode. It was Aries over in.
That's the only concert you've ever been to?
Only ever. No swear, yeah.
Way, bro.
I wanted to go to the Bad Bunny concert that we also had here in Phoenix a couple days ago. Expensive.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
A lot of people love Benito, the boy, Bad Bunny, and I'm one of them. I love his music. Been rocking with him since like 2018. My boy Munchie's actually put me on. And I would love. I don't know, crazy. Everybody on my story is posting, man. I blocked every single one of them because I couldn't deal with the depression from the day.
It was
after.
A crazy turnout.
I heard, yeah,
that
bro.
was over at Chase Field.
Yeah, that's right. Sold out within seconds when tickets went live. Everyone showed up, so sold out event, sold out venue. Music was phenomenal, obviously.
The set looked really sick too.
Yeah, dude. He had like this floating like palm tree like platform. Yeah. I don't know how that's possible.
He was like Perry-esque maybe.
No, literally. He was just floating around singing his stuff,
hype,
doing his thing. So yeah, hopefully one day get to attend one of those. But yeah, I've only been to one concert.
Yeah,
it was cool. It was more low key vibe. It was at a club in Tempe. I forgot the venue.
Yeah, we gotta get out to some. Definitely out here. Then. Yeah,
for sure. And we definitely got to hit up some Suns games now that the league is starting back up. October 18th.
Yep.
Mark it down. I know first game for the East, I think 76ers plays Celtics. And then for the West, I think the Lakers play the Warriors, which will also be cool considering, Lakers very controversial team for just how they've been performing lately in the past season.
Yeah, definitely.
And the players they have. Who they acquired and whatnot, like Dennis Schroeder. I don't know if you saw. He went back to the Lakers. They still got Russ.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is he fumbled the bag in my opinion. They offered him a lot of money, and he thought he was worth more, so he declined. They let him go. Signed with I forgot who.
Was it the Celtics or wasn't?
No,
that wasn't the last team he was on.
No. I I can look it up here. But afterwards,
so what he got? So he went back to the Lakers.
Now he went back,
a lot less money,
way less money, bro. Yeah. And it's kind of sad.
He kind of had to, settle with it.
Yeah, unfortunately, bro. Like, Celtics Rockets.
So it was Celtics and Rockets.
Yeah. So
okay.
Unfortunately, now he's back with the Lakers, rocking with them, which kind of sparks up a lot of controversy because he's point guard. Yeah. So is Russ. Obviously, they kept Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying
they got Pat Bev now, right?
That is so true. They also have Patrick Beverly, bro. What a weird team,
dude.
Can we talk about that? What a weird.
How did it get weirder? It got weirder somehow.
I don't know. GM LeBron. I don't know what's going on over there in that organization. I don't know what kind of board meeting stuff they're doing over there, but yeah, it seems like crazy. I don't know. And then Warriors coming off a championship going to be playing the Lakers, and I'm curious to see what form they're going to be in because they have relatively the same team, right? Yeah. The only player I think they let go was Toscano Anderson. Okay. Who's also at the Lakers.
Is he?
Yeah. The Lakers picked up a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, Warriors
over there.
Yeah, literally. So Warriors. And then the Suns, their first game, which is the day after the 19th, they're playing the Mavericks. So they're running it back with Luka, which I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's gonna tell us a lot.
I think this first game will definitely set the tempo for the season. Depending on just feelings towards the organization, like for example, DA and stuff with like we saw what happened with his like max, his extension with the Suns after being offered money by the Pelicans, right? No,
it was the Pacers,
the Pacers. And apparently, recently he's been kind of weird, like
not weird. I wouldn't say he's been weird. I think he's just like on some like He doesn't want to take shit right now. You know? He's like, he doesn't want to deal with the press. He doesn't want to deal with like all the questions. He's just like, I got my bag. Leave me alone. Let me go do my job. Which like at first I was thinking he was like kind of being a little shady with some of the ways he was answering questions, but I think he's just I think he just means business.
He's dialed in, hopefully.
I hope so.
You don't think it's like ill intent or malicious
I don't think so.
towards the organization? Because hopefully not, bro.
No, I don't think so. Because obviously you wouldn't want to be on a team like for 4 years if that's the case, right?
Dude, literally.
Yeah, so
and
that's what he signed, right? He signed a 4-year. Was that what it was?
Was it?
I believe it was.
Let me check real quick, but yeah,
So yeah, he had just like there was like the situations that we're talking about with DeAndre and when he was talking in some of the press conferences was he was kind of asked about his relationship with Coach Monty ever since 4 year.
Yeah.
Okay.
$133 million.
$133 million.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's the max for 4 year. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But yeah, he was just asked about like his relationship with Monty ever since Game 7, and he said that like just that basically. They haven't talked since Game 7 against the Mavs. Yeah, that's what he had said.
That's kind of tricky, bro.
Which is a little concerning.
It is concerning for sure. The chemistry.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would kind of expect Monty to reach out to him.
For sure.
I would have expected him to reach out to him before it got to this point where they're in like training camp and stuff, right? But that was interesting. Comment for sure, and. He was also asked about him getting, the deal and stuff, the 4 year.
Yeah, for sure.
He was like kind of asked how he felt about it. He's like happy. It was kind of like short answer, but it's just like I just don't think he wants to shine light on the situation anymore. Like he just wants to go play basketball.
He wants to be dialed in and focused. Yeah. Hopefully, like I know we were mentioning this previous episodes, but hopefully he gets that killer mentality, man. Yeah. If he can somehow reach that killer mentality in the court, I think it's game over.
It's over, yeah.
I think so. I mean, he's got the physique for his position. He's a bigger built dude. He just got to be aggressive, He was averaging double-doubles his first 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, and I believe so.
Yeah, and then again, like I mentioned, Chris Paul joined the team, and then they had to shift around kind of the chemistry and whatnot. And so hopefully he balls up, man.
I hope so, man.
He balls up.
I really do hope so. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm interested. I'm hopeful for this season.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, but the teams being, the owners trying to sell the team due to
which I'm I'm totally cool with him selling.
100%.
Man. Get that man out of there, bro.
I don't want to touch up on the whole situation.
I don't talk about it really,
but the team is up for sale, and a possible interested buyer I saw was Jeff Bezos. That would be huge. Imagine how much money he can dump into the organization. Not in a bad way, but a lot of money he can invest into the organization, which could possibly pick up more interest.
Our payroll would go up exponentially.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, please, Jeff.
Yeah. Hey, we're here for it, man. We're here for you, Jeff.
I'm telling you. And then we get sponsored by Amazon.
Yeah.
Got the little smile on the jersey. Bro, I'll buy one.
Prime. Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of, did you see their new jersey?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You see they're rocking it?
They're taking it old school.
Yeah, it's looking sick, bro.
Yeah.
And then they have the dark one with like the valley colors, but on the numbers. Did you see that one too?
I did see that one, yeah.
I saw Mikal Bridges was rocking that, but dude, it's looking sick.
Yeah.
It's looking good. So definitely some merch we're going to have to buy.
Yeah. They're on brand.
They're
I'm excited. Like, I feel like everyone had like a really bad taste in their mouth after the way last season ended.
Yeah.
So
it was even worse than
it was. Oh man, it sucked. It really sucked. But hey, we have the same core still. So
yeah. I'm glad we didn't give up anybody for KD.
Yeah.
Now after all the drama that occurred, all the stress we had to endure, like KD ended up staying at the Nets. Yeah, for what? Like all the unnecessary stress.
For what?
Now he's staying at the Nets with Kyrie.
I gotta stay off the internet, man.
And literally,
gets me all worked up for nothing,
dude. Yeah, it's so stressful. And then so the Nets are gonna do their thing, I guess. But a lot of players are coming back, like John Wall.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw, he signed with Clippers.
Okay.
And Kawhi's coming back.
Is he finally playing?
Yeah, and he's big, bro. Did you see how, like, he looks beefy, bro?
Does he?
Like muscular.
He's been in the gym.
100%. I don't know if you've seen on. Yeah,
I haven't.
He looks like.
Yeah,
threat, bro. If his skill set is still at the same level it was before his injury, but now with this added on weight, dude, he's gonna be a bully. And then Zion lost a lot of weight, so he's looking trim. Physique looking good. Again, if he stays off of injury, I'm sure he can be a menace. Because I mean, he still got CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
And then now introducing Zion into the lineup, I'm sure it's gonna look scary.
Ingram.
They got Ingram,
who went crazy on us in the playoffs last year.
Dude, yeah, that first playoff series had me worried, bro. They took us to a game 6.
Is Ingram about to really like do this to us right now? What do we do?
He was balling up, bro. I feel like there's not enough respect to Ingram. I think he's truly balling.
I like Ingram, yeah.
Personally, bro, you know, when the Lakers had their young core, right? They traded Ingram. They kept Kuzma. Remember when LeBron came in?
Oh, yeah.
I wish it was the other way around. I wish, even though Kuzma, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
All right baller, in my opinion. I wish they would have kept Brandon Ingram because I feel like Ingram would have really provided far more to the Lakers
he was looking
organization.
Like a little, he was looking very reminiscent of KD in that series, bro, against us. The shots he was putting up, the way he was playing, I was like,
he wasn't missing, bro.
I was scared.
And he was playing with confidence, dude.
I was
That's
pretty
the
scared.
biggest
Yeah,
thing.
they did. That team had nothing to lose in that series, so they were just like, and they made the most of it pretty much. I mean, they almost. I was worried, so upset, bro.
I was definitely worried.
Yeah,
100%. But yeah, no, that confidence translated for the whole team, and he had like Alvarado stealing the ball from CP3.
That's right.
Like, he was doing his little Grand Theft Alvarado.
I forgot about that.
God, dude, that pissed me off. But I mean, I respect it because you got to do what you got to do, right? And it was messing with them, bro.
Yeah, it was getting in the head a little bit. Yeah, he did his job definitely.
He did his thing, and everyone's balling. So yeah, we're excited for the season. We'll see how the Suns do with healthier teams.
Yeah,
and how the chemistry stays.
We'll definitely be getting out to some games this season for sure.
100%. So hopefully everything goes well. I'm excited for the NBA season. We'll see how the team's going. Hopefully, I believe we can make it back to the playoffs for sure. No issue there. But hopefully we can make a good run.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah, we definitely got to get to some games. Got to get some concerts, bro. And we got a lot of stuff coming up soon, content wise. So please. Stay tuned. I know we're staying busy grinding.
We're working hard over here.
Yeah. So we're gonna get a lot of stuff coming. So please stay tuned. We appreciate everyone watching. Thank you guys so much for giving feedback. The feedback really helps to support all the ideas that we've received so far from the people that we've talked to. Good and constructive feedback.
Absolutely.
We've had some funny comments.
Some good comments. Yeah.
Some good comments. But yeah. Let's stay consistent. Let's keep grinding. What do you think?
Hey man, we're keep going, bro. We're just gonna keep going. It's never gonna stop. So and these comments aren't gonna ever take us down, bro. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out, and appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for support, and
we'll be back soon. We have a fun episode coming up soon.
Yeah.
Something planned in the works.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
A Halloween special.
Exactly.
A little tease.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully.
Let's end it on a David note. Hey, have a bee mindset. Don't be a crab. You know how it is.
Don't be a crab.
Yeah.
Be a bee.
Mm-hmm.
Be a bee.
I'm a bee.
I'm a bee. I'm a bee. Bro, that dude on TikTok's fine. Anyways, all right, bro. We'll see y'all later. Please take care, and we'll see you around.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Let's get it.
Peace out.
Yo.